What is up, everybody? It is Lawrence again, and it is really early morning. I really wanted the sunlight to hit my face to make it beautiful. Actually, that's not the case at all. I really don't have much time this week, and I wanted to get this recording out. So if I'm a little baggy under the eyes or I'm not as energetic as usual, I'm sorry. So without further ado, today we have the Pegasus 35 Gyakusou. Gyakusou! Which is really the only way to say it, I think. But if there is anybody Japanese that watches the channel, please correct me in terms of how I'm actually supposed to pronounce it. Alright, so let's start with upper like we always do. The predominant piece of the shoe is the black mesh that is throughout, and so you'll see that in this mid-panel area as well as the toe guard area. However, what you don't notice is that the rest of the shoe is mainly made out of this fused material done in this hunter type green, which is all throughout the shoe. And as you can see, that fused material covers predominant parts of the shoe. However, it's still that mesh that's underneath. There is a white overlay over here with a Nike swoosh on it, and then on top of that, on the medial side, you also have another overlay that's a little larger than the white, and then there's a mini Nike swoosh on top of that as well. Going to the toe guard of the shoe, you also have a really, I think it's a suede-ish material. It doesn't feel like suede. I'm not exactly sure what the material is. It's somewhere between a suede and the felt material that you normally get for arts and crafts. And then you have this Gyakusou racing strip that goes down the middle. It is much smaller than the regular Pegasus 35 Turbo, and you obviously have the namesake of the Undercover brand over here for running. On the back of the shoe, you have green over here, and it seems like it's a reflective green. In some lights it seems like it is, and other times it's not, but on camera right now it seems like it's reflective, so that's cool. Nike normally does that with the back of the shoe, so it's probably a green 3M. And then you have two panels over here, which are the black felt-like materials. The sock liner on the inside is a typical sock liner, nothing special, but the heel area is a softer type cup. Kind of wish it were a little harder. That was one of my issues with the Pegasus 35 Turbo in terms of heel slippage. Going over to the more interesting part of the shoe, you have 3M hits all throughout this area right here. I believe the Nike swoosh is also 3M, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it hit off the light. But this area, lace area over here, is also 3M, and at the very top you also have some 3M hits right along the tongue over there. The tongue itself is also made out of this black mesh with fuse, so you can see that over there. And the top of it is done with a burgundy strip with a white Nike swoosh in the middle. And obviously the lacing system is much more similar to the VaporMax Utility Run and some of the other utility shoes, where it's not a real lacing system, it's a toggle system, and you just kind of put this drawstring in and out, and you push this little guy into the lace on the bottom so it doesn't flop around. Going over to the midsole, you have your typical Pegasus 35 Turbo midsole. The very top of it is made out of ZoomX, which is Nike's premier marathon running material, and then on the bottom is React, and the React area is ultimately the workhorse of a lot of higher performance Nike shoes at the moment. The point at the very end is a little bit less pronounced than my Pegasus 35 Turbos. I'm not exactly sure about that. Actually, why don't I just make a comparison? Yeah, so it doesn't look, it seems like it's a little more rounded than the Pegasus 35 Turbo. You can see that really comes to a very sharp point. Over here it's a little more rounded, so that might be a little difference in terms of the unit. On the inside of the shoe, you have the Gyakusou by Undercover Lab, and Undercover Lab is a Japanese brand. Bottom of the shoe, you have your typical Pegasus 35 Turbo outsole. Very durable sole. I actually didn't expect it to be this durable. This mid area in the white is React, and so there is contact with React to the floor. So what are my thoughts on this shoe? This is a shoe that I'm getting because it's comfortable and it's designed well. So in general, I really love the aesthetic of the shoe. The main thing is that the upper is completely changed from the Pegasus 35 Turbo, and I honestly don't recommend this as a working out shoe in general, especially after using the Pegasus 35 Turbo regular. The main reason is because for me, and this is something that I hope Nike actually stops doing, the tongue is super thin and it's really kind of raised over here, and it's a little high for a running shoe. and it kind of digs into the front of my shin a little bit. I wouldn't say it hurts, but it's kind of annoying, and I don't necessarily want it there, especially when you're looking at this kind of felt area. It has a lot of rigidity to the toe box. One of the things to note, and I think this is a huge departure from the Pegasus 35 Turbo. So if you look towards the midfoot area, if you see through the cage, and then there's that little kind of yellow elements on it, and you can see that on the medial side as well. But that midfoot cage is very similar to the VaporMax 2019, and if you look at the VaporMax 2019, that's a specific kind of locking system for your midfoot to clamp down the shoe. I don't think it's as good as Flywire. On comfort, this is where these win. While the upper itself is not the most comfortable upper, it is not bad by any means, and the shoe on the bottom with the ZoomX and React cushioning is top notch. From an underfoot feel perspective, these are the shit. So quality control. I don't normally talk quality control, but there are glue stains all throughout the shoe. I obviously want to address creasing. These crease like crazy. Anything dealing with ZoomX is going to crease. React also creases. On pricing, these are super expensive at $200, but I really do think that if you're going to pay $20 more than an Ultra Boost, I would still go with these. But the Pegasus 35 Turbo, which is the same price as an Ultra Boost, I would also go with the Pegasus 35 Turbos over the Ultra Boost any day at this point. So definitely look at these if you like the design. I think it's worth the $20 more. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Definitely hit the subscribe button as well as thumbs up if you like this video. And that's it, guys. This is the Pegasus 35 Turbo Gyakusou. Done in, I don't even know what the color scheme is, to be honest. Peace.